Yeah, so look at him. He's literally a gremlin. Where are they? Where are they?
Okay. Lynn,
And
I'm
Val,
here.
oh, okay.
like 7 guns on him. Now boy only had a crossbow.
All right, Lynn, do you, needs to be co-host, you or Tim?
I'll be her co-host.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, you want to call the meeting to order and
yeah, let's call the meeting to order. First, order of business is public participation. Is there anybody who wishes to engage in public participation? Hearing none. Do you want to put up the agenda, Lynn, if you can?
Because he was people that out
yes,
loud.
hang on. Going to share my screen.
Thank you.
What do you mean?
Please see the screen.
It's getting there.
I'm just trying to focus.
There it is. I see it.
God damn it.
Okay,
Jay Cohen, can you mute?
Yeah,
I'm not in my computer. Hold on a second.
I'm on my
I'm on
phone
my phone and my
computer.
computer.
You figure out why
Figure
I'm
out why
not
I'm
muted.
not muted.
Sounds it.
How's that?
That.
Still echoing. I think you got to disconnect or
All
mute
right,
one of your
I'll
audios.
disconnect from the computer.
Okay,
okay. First on the agenda tonight is review and approval of the November 10th Permanent Building Committee meeting minutes.
do I have a motion for the minutes? Mr. Tarbell is not joining us tonight, so I need a motion person.
Galvin should be that person.
Tom,
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 10th, 2022.
thank you. Is there a second?
I will second.
Thank you, Jason. Any discussion or comments regarding the minutes? Hearing none, are there any objections to the approval of the November 10th, 2022 PBC meeting minutes? Hearing none, they are approved.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the review of the November 2022 invoices. We had a total expenditure of $797,476.70.
Tom, can you,
Sure, I'll go through the list.
thank you.
I move to approve Left Field's invoice number 25, 11/30/22 for $18,500.
I will second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Phil,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John?
Yes.
All right, did I miss anybody? On the PBC? Nope. Okay, thank you. That's
All right.
approved.
I move to approve Left Field's invoice number 25, 11/30/22 for $3,375.
I will
This is
second.
for commissioning services.
All right,
Great.
is there any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Phil,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
approved.
I move to approve HKT Architects invoice number 23/022/023 dated 12/02/22 for $19,599.72.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Phil,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
approved.
I move to approve bond building invoice number 11 dated 11/30/22 for $754,835.98.
I will second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Approved.
I move to approve Briggs Engineering invoice INV 022-22-577 dated 11/26/22 for the amount of $1,166.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Approved. Thanks, thanks. Lynn,
Okay, next on the agenda is bond buildings construction change order number 10. We're looking for approval of $15,598, and it consists of the PCOs that are included on the screen here.
I
Tom,
move to approve bond building construction change order number 10 for the amount of $15,598.
I will second that change order.
any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Thank you. Approved.
Next, just to give you a quick budget update, we have committed 96% of the budget and to date have expended 63%, and that includes the November invoices that you just approved. Just to give you a snapshot of what it would look like with them in the budget. I moved 15,598 from the construction contingency to the construction budget line to fund change order 10. So that's the only budget transfer I made for the month. We had construction contingency on the owner's side for $72,035 and an owner's contingency of $90,048 for a total of $162,083. And then on bond side, we have a GMP contingency of $230,677. If you have any questions.
Any questions on that? All right, thanks, Lynn.
I'll move to the next slide to kind of tell you what we're forecasting going forward. When we look at pending PCOs, as well as those that have been submitted and in the queue for review and approval for the next change order, and then our estimated pending things that have come up that potentially may result in change orders, we end up with a remaining total of $231. We're getting quite low. And then on the GMP contingency side, we started with that $230,677, and we have pending and submitted PCOs totaling a credit of $49,260. But on the downside, we have estimated pending PCOs on the order of $232,264, which once all of those become reality, we would only have a remaining total of $47,673 remaining.
Right, any questions?
Yeah, Joe, it's Phil. So, like, can we go back? We're gonna need more money, like $231 in no way is gonna get us through this project. Every week at the working group meeting, there's discussions of change orders and conditions and, something was missed or something needs to be changed. So I guess I'm curious, I'm looking at that budget that you had up on the slide prior, there's, a number of line items that have money remaining to date.
Right.
Like 25,000 in other admin, 50,000 in building envelope, like 48 in other project costs, utility company fees, 30,000. There's a number of, on the rightmost column of, what's the forecast on those ticket items in terms of being able to, can we dip into those line items to pay for further contingencies? Because what do we do if we can't, I guess?
We absolutely can dip into those. Lynn?
Yes, no, we've known that they were there, and at this point in the project, it looks like a good number of those won't be expended for the purpose they were intended for. So we can move them. We also have about 54,000 that is below the line from for money provided from the DPW. So we have that in our back pocket as well. What I indicated on this slide was everything that we know of that's out there to date. So I think that gets us a little ways, and hopefully what we have remaining within the budget can get us the rest of the way there.
Yeah, Phil, Phil, those are generally what we, consider to be put in our pocket, and we can use them if necessary down the road.
Yeah, I think we're at the point seeing this slide and that remaining total that where we have to ask left field to look at those line items and forecast maybe which ones we think we can start moving money, because it's obvious we're going to need to. So it'd be important, like, for the building envelope consulting that has like 50 grand left in it, but we still have window and air water filtration testing, which I imagine is going to come out of that, but maybe not. So that's the type of stuff I think it's important for us to understand sooner than later about how much of that we safely feel we may have. Because my guess is we're going to need it. We're going to need every single penny in this project, the way it's been trending.
I would agree with you, Phil. I think you also have to remember that we definitely have the 54,000 from the DPW, which is
Right.
also a good thing to have in the pocket as well.
And Joe, this is the chip, the 54,000.
Hey, Chip.
Yeah. The 54,000 from the DPW can certainly be used on some items that are HVAC related, which is like the glycol and some other things, as well as the 123 pending. So Phil, as much as I agree with you that we need to know what's there, I would not suggest that we move anything to date until we need to.
I don't want to move it, Chip. No, sorry. I didn't mean to move it right now, but at least maybe on a sidebar, kind of have a running forecast of what we might have available. I think I think that was all I was asking. In all honesty, yeah.
In your head, you can probably look at 100,000 from line items and 54 from the DPW.
Yeah, that's about what I was coming up with. I didn't know what was kind of coming down the pike for the rest of the project that was going to come out of those balances. So I didn't want to assume that was about it. So.
All right. Good enough, Phil? All set?
I'm good.
Any other questions or comments regarding the contingency? I know it's low, but the working group is keeping an eye on it every single week. And I just say deny most of the time.
And this is John. I was just wondering, what is the 54,000 from DPW? Maybe I just missed that.
So the 54,000 was an HVAC handler that they were going to purchase and had money to purchase, but that the project picked up. So they can dump that money in to purchase that unit HVAC work.
They had already agreed to do so, John.
I got you. Okay, thanks.
All right. Any other questions or comments? All right. Lynn?
We have our next PBC meeting on the public safety building scheduled for January 12th, 2023. Are there any issues with that date?
Nope. Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to turn it over to Bond or Adam, maybe to talk about this slide, and then over to Bond to go through the photographs and look ahead.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll just I'll take you through these are just a few milestones of things coming up. The lobby is very close to being open to the public. Unfortunately, we're waiting on a electronic crash bar that is back ordered. It's going to arrive on the 16th. We're allowing a week there to install, but January 23rd is the projected day to open the lobby and complete the vestibule. Looking ahead to the new addition, we have windows going in this week. The masonry is complete and washed down. MEP rough is well underway inside. We actually have even started painting, boarding and painting on the interior. And we are projecting an occupancy of February 3rd for the new addition. Again, the Sally Port is next. We're about the middle of February for that. Masonry is underway. The roof is on. The structure is up. The limiting factor there is the overhead door. And then lastly, the project completion in June. And we're hoping to be complete more on the May side, but June will include punch list, closeout, etc.
Any questions on the phasing plan and schedule? Hearing none. Thank you, Adam.
I'll turn it over to Bon.
Yeah, Adam stole some of my thunder, but some photos of the exterior here. Masonry all washed down in the addition. Windows begun installation this week. Begin sealing those for testing end of the month. Then we can go to the next slide. More of the same addition washed down. North windows, lintels were replaced, soldier courses on some of the existing structure. Those will go right in from the addition. They'll roll right into that. You also see some temp duct work that's run for the unit replacement, which is scheduled to happen just after the new year. HVAC units. Progress from the last month, fire department apparatus bay. That concrete apron was replaced, heavy duty paving placed. That is back restored and operational. Thanks to that team for working with us to split the lanes. On the right hand side, framing interior MEP rough going on in some of the renovation spaces, second and third floors. This is actually the new roll call and just inside the addition. Left hand side, this is the general evidence room in the addition basement. This is actually about a week old, so we've prime painted at this point. We'll begin installing ceiling grid and tiles for MEP finishes to those over the next week. Right hand side is upper floors, taped, sanded, and for most of the walls and painted at this point. We did have to hold back at some of the pass-through door openings, some unforeseen abatement that was completed this week, and drywall and door frames on that existing exterior facade for the doorways is going in actually began today. Progress up at the Sally Port, dumpster pad, fence, actually completed today as well too. All the gates hardware installed, and then on the right hand side, Sally Port progress. Again, about a week outdated here. The exterior wall for the overhead doors has been blocked in at this point. One piece of steel to go in tomorrow, roofing, blocking, and waterproofing all next week to begin exterior masonry facade. Look ahead schedule, talk through a lot of it just as I was talking through pictures. In the lobby, most of the memorabilia has been hung, one or two more plaques to be installed. And as Adam said, the last piece there is just the entry door for the vestibule to gain public access. Boiler rooms, the boilers were started up last month and been working through working through the last month for some spot checks. The last piece in that room is going to be the domestic water, hot water heater, tie in with the new replacement, just waiting on flues. That should actually happen next week. Vestibule, last piece there again, just the door hardware, scheduled for installation mid-January. Addition, as Adam said, MEP rough is in very good shape. tape, mud, sand, complete 3/4 of the wall is just that last door pass-throughs, coordinating ACT grid install, mechanical finishes into there, and then flooring and finishes to go right after that. Fire department west side, flagpoles were stood up. Flags were actually raised this week as well too. Last couple pavers set as well too. So just waiting on the vestibule to change that fence line, and that restoration will be complete. Sallyport masonry is underway, interior and at the exterior. Roofing will be next week, along with AVB, some blocking. Move along. Exterior wall records, that expansion joint was the last piece and has been installed at this point. Dumpster pad and fence completed, all cast within the last month, and fence installed. Working through with DPW for setting new dumpsters in there. Retaining wall at fire department, this precast cap was set. The guardrail piece, about 2 weeks out at this point, will be installed, and that will be the last with that work. Sallyport interior, some interior masonry to create new storage rooms and some fit out in that space. And then renovation spaces, phase 2B, the new roll call, and then up on the 3rd floor, renovation spaces as well too. Drywall has been installed, sanded, following right behind the addition with MEP finishes, ACT, and then working to complete that space. And one last item remaining at fire department apparatus bay for painting and sanding and painting the existing bollards to pretty those up, waiting on a nice weather day to do so.
Any questions on the schedule update and look ahead schedule? Okay, none. John, thank you, John. Lynn,
That's it.
that's it.
It is.
All right. Chief Scory, do you have any questions or comments or issues or whatever?
No, all good,
Okay.
thanks.
All right. Deputy Chief Calabrese?
All set. Thanks, Joe.
All right. Chief Solomon? Nope. I think I thought he was here. All right. Anybody else? Any other questions or comments regarding the public safety building?
All set. I'm all set, Joe.
Okay, thanks. All right. Thank you very much. Lynn, you want to, let's move to the high school.
Can you see the slides?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Starting with administrative actions, we have review and approval of the November 10th Permanent Building Committee and School Building Committee meeting minutes, review and approval of monthly invoices, a budget update, and then we'll talk a little bit about some upcoming meetings and overall schedule review. First up is the November 10th Permanent Building Committee and School Building Committee meeting minutes.
All right, Chip, are you back, or if not, Tom?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Yeah, I move to approve the November 10th, 2022 Permanent Building Committee, School Building Committee meeting minutes.
I will second that approval.
Is there any discussion or comments regarding the Permanent Building Committee, School Building Committee minutes of November 10th, 2022? Is there any objection to approving the November 10th, 2022 Permanent Building Committee and School Building Committee minutes? Hearing none, they're approved.
Next are the November 2022 invoices. We have a total expenditure this month of $84,220.
Tom?
Yep. I move to approve propay code. Do we do propay code or just the line item?
No, you just need to do, and actually the it didn't total pick up some of the lines, so I'm going to give you the new total, but the individual lines are correct.
Okay. So OPM feasibility study schematic design for left field, invoice number 19, dated 11/30/22 for $10,000.
I will second.
Is that a second?
Yep.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
and Chip. I don't know if are you still there?
Yeah, yes.
All right, thank you.
I move to approve SMMA's invoice number 0058177 dated 11/9/22 for the amount of $74,220.
I will second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Chip.
Yes.
I move to
Obviously, the
approve.
total of all the invoices is not correct, I would say.
No, it is, the total of all invoices is 144,714.
Okay. All
And the
right.
total of all of SMMA's two invoices is 134,714.
Okay, great. Sorry. Okay, Tom,
Yep. I move to approve SMMA's invoice number 0058369 dated 12/2/22 for the amount of $10,125.
I second.
any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Phil,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Chip,
Yes.
approved.
I move to approve SMMA LaLaff Geotechnical Consulting invoice number 0058369 dated 12/2/22 for the amount of $50,369.
I will second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Jason,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Wayne,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Chip.
Yes.
Joe,
right,
I'll send you
approved.
the revised cover sheet. Next is a budget update. We've committed 87% of the budget and have expended 81% and have a uncommitted total of $267,752. That will likely remain uncommitted and we can decide to move it into the next phase of services should the project pass.
Any questions regarding the budget? Hearing none. Lynn?
Okay. Next is just a review of upcoming dates. We have the public forum in person at the high school cafeteria on December 15th. And we have the MSBA Board of Directors meeting to approve this project on December 21st. We're still tracking a traffic advisory committee meeting, hoping to close out with them early in January. We're waiting on comments back from them. We have a final public forum scheduled on a Saturday, January 21st at 10 a.m. with tours before and after that public forum. And then we are looking to have the special town meeting January 28th with the ballot election on March 11th.
Any questions regarding the schedule? Hearing none.
Our next PBC meeting for the high school is on January 12th as well. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Anybody have any questions or comments before we adjourn?
We,
Yes, Jonathan.
Sorry, Joe, just a quick comment. I just wanted to point out the town meeting date and ballot election haven't actually been set yet. So those are still
Oh.
tentative dates that are subject to change at this point.
Okay,
You know, our plan will be after the 21st, when hopefully the MSBA approves us to move forward, that the council would formally set the dates for both the election and the town meeting.
all right. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Discussion?
Joe, after the 21st MSBA, I assume we'll get the permanent committee will get like a note about what happened. I mean,
Yes.
we're assuming we're gonna get approved, right? But I until they do it.
I assume, but I guess one never makes assumptions. Right?
Right.
the project management at MSBA has recommended us for approval to the board, so I would be surprised if I've never seen it when they made their recommendation where the board didn't go along with it, so. I
And
do
just-
know that they are discussing increases in the
Right.
cost per square foot at that meeting as well.
Yeah, just to let everybody know that we understand that also on the agenda for the 21st, the MSBA is going to discuss increasing the dollar amount for the square footage allowed. So hopefully that will be significant.
Yeah, we don't know if it's gonna be retroactive. There's a lot of things we don't know.
We have been told that it will apply to us.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, doubting Thomas or doubting Chip, whatever you are. Anybody else? Any questions or comments? It's a good, quick meeting, and how about a motion to adjourn and to click leave meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, second. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
It was 32 minutes.